Good afternoon, everyone. Lovely to see you here on, I think, Wednesday, the 18th of March for Corona Cuppa with Michelle, day 3. Your chance just to take 5 minutes out of the madness, have a cup of tea, and where we might also talk about some marketing ideas and business stuff, because really, everyone who pretty much watches this is self-employed, so how can we avoid it? I have to say that today I knew I wasn't going to come on later because I had some work to do. I had to chase some money and get some money in, which is feels like a terrible thing to do when you need your invoices paid, but you know your customers are probably also struggling and waiting for money. So I knew I would come on later, but I was thinking I don't actually know what to talk about because I am feeling a bit flat. I am feeling a bit worried. I suspect that, we're waiting for the schools' announcement. Wales and Scotland have just announced theirs. England schools have to be shut by Friday, if not sooner. And I think I'm just going to pull my boys out by tomorrow. So there's all of that going through my head. Have we got enough food? And what if we're all stuck in the house? And blah, blah, blah. So I was just struggling to find the lightness. But then Kira, my husband, started giggling, and he's on Twitter a lot, and he found me, let me just find it, I'm going to read it out. He found me this tweet from Potatoes of Defiance on Twitter. Hello everyone who's watching, it's lovely to see you. Just when I go on my computer, I can't actually see who's watching, so when I'm not doing it on my phone, so I'm not being rude by not saying hello. So Potatoes of Defiance on Twitter said, 2 parents entertaining kids during social distancing and quarantine. If you keep them alive, that is sufficient. Don't feel guilty if you're not enriching their souls, teaching them kuihimo and sign language and engaging their spirits. Toss them some fish sticks, they'll be fine. Then someone said, as long as they're fed and watered, you're grand. And someone else has replied, if kids don't learn what an igneous rock is until next year, they will be okay. Absolutely fantastic. And then, just as Kieran was giving me that, because the news was coming through about Wales and Scotland, there's a WhatsApp group that I'm part of. Hi, Helen. There's a WhatsApp group I'm part of for the Year 5 mummies, which is Albie's year. And someone had said, let me just say, there was a chat about when the schools would shut. It's going to be a bumpy ride for us parents with children at home. I think people will be Alison O'Neill's sons love fish sticks. That's good. And they're quite cheap as well, aren't they? So all's good. Probably can't get any in Tesco's like. Okay, so this lady in my WhatsApp group said, it's going to be a bumpy ride. I think people will be lobbying to improve teachers' pay after about 20 minutes of fractions and tinted adverbials. What is a tinted adverbial? Someone said Twitter's a good resource for free stuff. And then people are just saying, I imagine when the kids go back, it's going to be chaos and the teachers are going to have to unteach them everything that we've taught them, because we were like, well, when I was in school, this is the way I did it. And then, I mean, we're wondering if my mum might have to come and stay with us. So then imagine she's trying to teach the kids and then we're fighting because we both did it a different way. Oh my God, it's just going to be interesting. So on that reality check, because those of us who are self-employed do have that added complication of we've got to try and work. For a lot of us, there are ways that can earn money when we are at home. We can pivot, we can change our business, we can still support people. It might be in a different way, but we can support people. And you know, a lot of people are saying, don't be afraid to ask for money. Give of your time and your skills and your energy as much as you can. Be there, care and love, and that's what Corona Cuppa is all about. But also, don't be afraid to sell. If you do it in the right way, we still have to make money. And I remember when Quinn was born, and he's nearly 11, and we'd come home and he was a tiny baby, an only child, don't have a massive family, never really been around babies, and I was sort of like I didn't know what to do with him, and it was a really, really scary time. And I had the best midwife in the world. She was incredible. And she said to me, she went, Michelle, he's just a baby. As long as you don't, but as long as you don't drop him, drown him, burn him, starve him, you'll be okay. And I was like, yeah, cool. As long as I don't drop him, as long as I don't, yeah, like basic, you know. At the end of the day, what she meant was, you've just got to give them love. You've just got to be there with them. And there's some great advice. So Helen Morrill, you are amazing, coming up with lots of ideas. Yeah, I have seen lots of friends who are teachers offering support, posting links to resources. So anything that sort of comes up on this thread, I'll link them when I upload this video on today's blog, so they're all there for you. There's so much I want to say, but I said this wouldn't get political, the Corona Cuppa, but hopefully tonight I might be having a chat with our MP, because we need to know when the support is coming down the line. I truly believe the support is coming. I believe everything the Chancellor said yesterday. The only thing that worries me is the timing of the grants, is how do you get the loan through your local high street branch? You know, you can't get an appointment with a business bank manager now, because most high street branches don't have their own dedicated bank manager. A bank manager travels around lots of different banks in the area. And then what if the bank managers that are in the area are off sick? You know, it's the practicalities of it. The grant, for those of us that get small business rate relief, so if you have an office or a shop, a small premises, and they give you a rateable value, but you don't actually pay your rates, you know, we'll get cash, which is brilliant. But when's it coming? And also, what if the people in the government, in the local council, in the rates teams, if they're off poorly, or they're self-isolating, or their children are off for, God forbid, 16 weeks? You know, there is Northern Ireland are pushing, I believe when I read it yesterday, I haven't read an update today, pushing for 16 weeks off school. But let's not talk about that. I think I'm going to do a blog on all of those things. And Emma said, we just all have to do our best. Sarah Jones has joined. Hello, Sarah. I think a great idea is we should all just dye our hair pink like you. All of the kids, we should just have mad pink hair. That would be epic. So to end on a positive, oh, there goes Kieran walking past. Our little girl who just turned 7, Livy, and is autistic, she's very, very deep. And she was talking to me the other night, and she was saying, well, mummy, like, what if school's a shut? And I was explaining things, and she was really worried. And I said, look, Livy, you do not have to be worried. You, of all the children in the world, do not have to be worried if the school's shut. And even if they shut for a long time, till the end of the summer holidays, you don't have to worry. And she said, well, why, mummy? Why is that? I don't understand. And I said, well, think about it. So Albie, your middle big brother, he's going to really struggle, because he likes to play outside. He likes to be with his friends. His friends come and call, but he's not going to be able to. He's going to have to be in the house. He's going to have to be isolated for sort of the few weeks, the 14 days or whatever, should we all get poorly. And he's going to be really cross. He's not going to struggle. I said, but basically the government are giving you permission to do the thing that you love the most, which is sit on the couch in your pants, watch Netflix and cuddle up to mum. And that is the thing that she likes to do the best. She only likes to be in our house and at school, and she doesn't like to go anywhere else. So I said, if one of us gets poorly and we all have to stay in the house for at least 14 days, you will absolutely love it, because you can just be there watching Netflix, not have to go anywhere, and be totally chilled. And you know what? I don't have to panic, because I'm just going to see that as that time that we've been granted to be together and enjoy it. So Livy's going to be happy, so I'm going to be happy. And I've just got to remember, I think I need to go and stockpile chocolate, because I think if they've all got plenty of chocolate, we'll be okay. Forget about the vitamins, just get some dairy milk into them. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I felt a bit random on today's Corona Cuppa. Don't feel quite as with it. It's just so much in our heads, isn't there? Our family, our friends, our businesses, our jobs. So just remember, if you need a giggle, go and find that thread on Twitter. I've lost it now. Thingy potato, wasn't it? Potatoes of Defiance on Twitter, and go and have a laugh. All you've got to do is keep them alive. Don't worry about enriching their souls, teaching them sign language, engaging their spirits. Just toss them some fish sticks or some dairy milk, and they'll be fine. And I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay well, stay healthy, keep chatting on this thread, anything you can think of, and I will do my best to answer your questions. I love you all loads, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.